I'm 30 years old, and still to this day, I'm upset that I was never granted the opportunity to attend Spring Bling. And when I say Spring Bling, no, I'm not talking about Target's fake ass jewelry section. I'm talking about BET Spring Bling. So for this video, we are going to take a deep dive into what BET Spring Bling was and how important it was to the culture and why the f did they get rid of it. But before we do any of that, theme song. I mean, I'm doing a video about Spring Bling, so obviously I had to come blinged up. I mean, it's only right. It's only right. It's only right. So for those that may not know, Spring Bling was a music program pretty much like a beach party. Now, it catered towards college students or people that range from the age of 19 to 27. Spring Bling was held at Revere Beach in West Palm Beach, Florida, South Florida to be exact, represents. Spring Bling was such a quality program. Of course, you had the beautiful beach aesthetic. You had all the girls rocking sexy swimsuits. You had the guys in the crazy swag, emphasis on the swag. Early 2000 base fashions. Y'all remember how we used to dress back in middle school and high school? Everybody had the moa, everybody had the big pants. You know, it's how we used to dress back in the day. Spring Bling also used to showcase the biker boys. And then on top of that, you had the high level energy of the crowds, and you had a good ass, unapologetic black nigga themed time. Spring Bling, it was like a 2 to 3 day event. So what BET would do, they will host the Spring Bling program and it would take place all day long. And so the cameras, they will film everything that's going on in Spring Bling, right? And then obviously after taping everything, they would edit the footage into 30-minute episodes that would air on the network. I remember Spring Bling coming on directly right after 106 & Park because AJ and Free used to promote it heavily on 106 & Park. And it used to come on either on a Tuesday night or a Wednesday night. But another thing they used to do on Saturdays, they would have a Spring Bling marathon where they would air everything that took place on Spring Bling of that year. It was so entertaining to watch. Now, before I get into the actual Spring Bling programs, I want to give a shout out to BET's television personalities. In general, I used to love the fact that BET gave so many hosting opportunities to our people. You would see a black guy or a black girl standing in front of a camera with a live mic, showcasing personalities, showcasing high level energy, showcasing professionalism, hosting multiple BET events. So whether it was a BET Award red carpet, whether if they were hosting Rip the Runway, or if they were hosting an event for BET Spring Bling. So of course we had AJ and Free.
The hottest host on TV. Give it up for my people, AJ and Free, y'all.
All right, it's about to go down. How y'all doing? Welcome to BET's Spring Bling Beach Towel Throwdown. Are y'all ready to get hot in? Welcome to Daytona Beach, the Spring Bling Beach Towel Throwdown 04.
We have my boy Big Tigger. Let me tell y'all something. BET used to put Big Tigger to work, okay? Obviously, he hosted Rap City the Basement. That's where a lot of us remembered Big Tigger from, and we were introduced to Big Tigger through Rap City the Basement. Of course, he used to host the BET red carpets, and of course, he used to host Spring Bling. Big Tigger was everywhere on Spring Bling. They used to have him host the segments by himself, or they'll give him a co-host.
Yeah, Spring Bling, make some noise! Uh-oh.
Do you guys remember Alicia Renee? Alicia Renee, she used to host a music video countdown show, and basically she would be out running errands like getting food or getting her nails done or going to the bank to pay a bill. And as she's running errands, she'll be playing music videos throughout the day. And of course they'll pull Alicia Renee to host Rip the Runway or host a red carpet. But Alicia Renee also used to host segments on BET Spring Bling.
The sexy, the beautiful Alicia Renee.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Riviera Beach, Florida. Make some noise. We got the hottest performances, the most beautiful models, and the craziest cars on the planet.
We had Takara Jones from America's Next Top Model. Let me tell you something. Takara, to me, is one of the most remembered contestants of America's Next Top Model because of BET. BET used to put Takara to work, and I would love when they would have her be a part of Spring Bling because Takara has such a vibrant, homegirl, high-level energy personality, and it was so perfect for all the BET events. I love when they had Takara host BET Spring Bling.
What's up, everybody? Y'all are looking so fabulous. Welcome to Spring Bling 2010.
Also, do you guys remember Daniela? I remember Daniela, she used to host a lot of the red carpet, so the BET Awards, the BET Hip Hop Awards, the NAACP Image Awards, the Soul Train Awards. They used to have Daniela host a lot of the red carpet events for BET. And Daniela also hosted Spring Bling segments.
You are checking out Revamp. This is the show where dance teams across the country come to compete right here on this Spring Bling stage.
I know you guys remember Jaleesa. Love Jaleesa. Absolutely love Jaleesa. She took over 106 & Park after AJ and Free left. She hosted 106 & Park alongside Big Tigger, and BET used to put her to work as well, doing a whole lot of correspondent work. She also hosted a lot of Spring Bling programs.
Welcome back to Spring Bling 2007 in Riviera Beach, Florida. You are watching Cheers, Cheers, and Tears, and it's going down in a major way.
Ray J. Here's the thing about Ray J. See, a lot of people know Ray J because obviously he's Brandy's little brother. And of course, his music career with Sexy Can I and Wait a Minute and One Wish. And I think the younger generation, they remember Ray J from being on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. But a lot of people forget Ray J had a show on BET where he was hosting. It was the BET.com countdown show. And basically this was a top 5 video countdown show where all the music videos were under one specific theme. For instance, if the theme was we're gonna show any music video that has the setting of being on the beach, all 5 music videos that they would play on this show would be a beach-themed music video. That's what the BET.com countdown show was about. So Ray J hosted that show, but prior to Ray J hosting that show, Tiffany Withers, she was the main correspondent for the BET.com countdown show. But I said all this to say, both Ray J and Tiffany, they also hosted Spring Bling program.
What's up, you guys? Your girl Tiffany, and thank you and welcome to Spring Bling 2004.
What up, Spring Bling? What's poppin'? Welcome to Revamp. It's about to go down.
Welcome back to BET Spring Bling 2004. What's up, Daytona? Y'all doing? It's hot like hell.
And of course, I can't forget about Terrence and Roxy.
Terrence and Roxy! Oh, hey, hey. Put 'em up, 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 put 'em up.
Church is getting away. You know what it is. BET hold it down. Spring Bling. Oh, hey, we'll be right back.
And last but not least, we got to shout out all the random celebrities that they had host Spring Bling back in the day. They had Genuine and 3LW. They had Lil' Kim. They had LaToya Luckett. They had Carrie Hilson. They had Wyclef Jean. They had Jules Santana. They'll just have any random celebrity host a segment for Spring Bling. And it was just so fun to watch, and it was so damn lit. Right now, let's break down the various Spring Bling programs. First up, Revamp. Revamp was a dance competition show, and the reason why it was called Revamp is because the dance teams, they had to recreate choreography from the hottest music videos of that specific year. For instance, if Chris Brown Wall to Wall was #1 on 106 in Park, the task was you guys have to take the choreography from Chris Brown's Wall to Wall music video and recreate it and revamp it. And whichever crew did their big one, they would win a cash prize and they would win bragging rights. All right, now quick sidebar. Every single Spring Bling competition show, they had a panel of judges, and it was celebrity judges. And basically, the judges would determine who would be the winner. So basically, for Spring Bling Revamp, they would choose 3 celebrity judges that had such a major impact on the dance culture in hip hop. I vividly remember one specific year, the 3 celebrity judges, Laurieann Gibson, Soulja Boy, and Tiana Taylor. Now, for those who may not know, Laurieann Gibson worked with damn near every notable big name singer. Madonna, Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, the Pussycat Dolls, Beyonce, Rihanna, Lady Gaga, all of the above. She is a big name celebrity choreographer. And then of course y'all know how Tiana Taylor do. She get down. She don't play no games when it comes to dancing. Now with Soulja Boy, some people would look at it and be like, why was Soulja Boy there? He's not a choreographer. Obviously they put Soulja Boy there because Soulja Boy has such a big impact in terms of hip hop dancing. Because Soulja Boy jump started the Crank That era, you know, the Crank That Soulja Boy and the Crank That Spider-Man, the Crank That Batman, Walk It Out and the two-step and all that. So that's why he was one of the celebrity judges. And next up was Spring Bling Third Wheel. This was like a dating competition show, but kind of mixed in with reality television. So they would choose a guy and then they would choose 2 girls. And basically the guy would take the girls out on a series of dates. They would go mini golfing. They would go out to eat. They would go to the spa. They would go to, I don't know, like a concert. Just any stereotypical place that you would take a girl out on a date.
Welcome to Third Wheel. We out here, BT Spring Bling 2010. We taking over Florida, baby. And many Spring Blingers are out here. And guess what? They looking to take somebody back to the room. I usually take them back to the crib, but they're looking to take somebody back to the room. Right now, we're going to focus on 1 guy and 2 girls. But here's the catch. Only 2 people can get hooked up. So guess what? By the end of the show, 1 unlucky dater is going to get kicked to the curb as the third wheel.
Good job. You think the girls are pretty? Yes, he does. He would like to kiss one of the ladies. Kiss. Yeah,
I'm Sandy's type. I'm nice and smooth.
Smell, sip, and swallow. 4 S's.
What do you need a minute?
Yeah, we're gonna go with oysters.
What? That's
All types. Wow, those are hard to maybe just a little bit. Best date ever.
And then by the end of the day, the guy had to choose which girl out of the 2 that he wanted to get serious with. And whichever girl he did not choose, the loser will be given the title of third wheel and she will be quote unquote eliminated. And the guy and the girl, they will live off to be a happy, wonderful couple, I think.
Unfortunately, one of you have to be the third wheel. So my decision is Ashley.
I'll take it. I'll always be the third wheel because I'm single. You know, we had a vibe, but it wasn't anything close to what I'm used to. So maybe he'll get lucky and settle for thirsty females.
Well, good luck to Ronica and my homeboy Eric. What y'all just saw was the beginning. Hope y'all enjoyed the ride. Matter of fact, we got more ride going on, so stay on the ride. Joel Santana, Spring Bling, third wheel. Alright.
Now look, I'm gonna be all the way 100. Personally, I always thought that Spring Bling third wheel was just so stupid. I didn't watch Spring Bling just to see randoms. I wanted to see celebrity. I wanted to see culture. I wanted to see music performances. I didn't want to see randoms going on a date just to get their freak on. So I remember when third wheel used to come on, change the channel. Next up was Spring Bling Get the Steppin'. Now here's the thing. I remember watching this when I was a kid, but I could not find any footage of this. And the reason why I'm saying this is I cannot confirm if Get the Steppin' was a step competition show for the Divine Nine, you know, the Greek organizations, Alpha Phi Alpha, Delta Sigma Theta, Alpha Kappa Alpha, Omega Psi Phi, Kappa Alpha Psi, Phi Beta Sigma, Zeta Phi Beta, Sorority Incorporated, Sigma Gamma Rho, and Iota. So I don't know if Get the Steppin' was specifically for them or anybody had the opportunity to compete in a step team. So I cannot confirm or deny what Get the Steppin' was about, but it was a similar concept to Revamp. Everybody had a time period where they had to perform a step routine and then was judged by a panel of celebrity judges. Next up, Spring Bling, Rise, Rims, and Runways. This right here is like Black culture personified. Rise, Rims, and Runways was pretty much a car show. Basically, people would bring in their cars, showing off their interior designs, showing off their rims, showing off their engines, and showing off their special features. Pretty much like a 30-minute version of how an actual car show would take place. The most notable one I remember is when Rick Ross, Chingy, and Wyclef Jean, they were the judges. They were the ones that would come together and choose which car was the dopest. And quick sidebar, I remember they had both Boots and Shay, aka Bucky from The Flavor of Love, but you remember Shay from Love and Hip Hop Miami and Love and Hip Hop Atlanta when she used to mess with Scrappy. They would have both Shay and Boot be the models for the car show. That was so random, but just so nice to watch. In between the car show competition, they would have a musical guest perform, and then by the end of the show, the judges would choose a winner. The winner would receive a big ass trophy, the winner would receive a cash prize, and the winner will obviously receive bragging rights. But Rise, Rims, and Runways was just so authentically Black. I absolutely loved this program. And next up was Spring Bling Freestyle Battle. This is similar to the Freestyle Friday that would take place on 106 and Park. Hopeful rappers would have to go on stage, battle other rappers without cussing, and they only had like about 30 or 45 seconds to perform their craft. And whoever had the best bars, whoever had the best delivery, whoever had the best flow, would win. And obviously the panel of judges would be well-respected rappers, well-respected MCs, or well-respected music producers or people in the music industry. And the winner would win a cash prize and bragging rights. They had to win a cash prize here on Spring Bling because on 106 Park, the winner would always return for the next week and the next week in order to defend their championship. But with Spring Bling would only happen once a year. So obviously the winner couldn't return the next year because nobody would remember. So they would give the winner a cash prize. And next up was Spring Bling Cheers, Jeers, and Tears.
You are watching Cheers, Jeers, and Tears, and it's going down in a major way.
It is definitely going down.
This was a talent competition show. You get on stage, sing, rap, dance, whatever. This was kind of like Apollo style. If you sucked, the crowd would boo you. And the panel of judges, celebrity judges, if you suck, one of them would go press a button so you can get escorted off the stage. This was just so fun to watch. People go on stage making a fool of themselves, the crowd booing them. Some may consider this mean, some may consider this cruel, some may consider this inconsiderate. I don't care. Was very entertaining to watch. Next was Spring Bling Rip the Runway. Now, prior to Rip the Runway being its own separate event that actually took place on BET, the original Rip the Runway concept originated in Spring Bling. And so basically with Rip the Runway, they will have a lot of R&B acts, a lot of R&B singers because they are performing slow, chill, melodic music, right? And while the R&B singers are performing, they will have a whole bunch of models walk the stage. And all the models that are walking the stage, they are rocking trendy swimwear designed by Black-owned designers. And that's why they called it Rip the Runway. So yes, it was a beautiful concert series to promote more R&B artists to get on stage and perform their music, but also it was a fashion-forward program where Black-owned designers and their clothing was being promoted on a national scale. Gotta love Rip the Runway. Last but not least was the most popular program of the whole Spring Bling series. It was the beach Towel Throwdown, and this pretty much was the concert series of Spring Bling. The hottest artists of the industry get on stage and perform their music, and the crowd was hyped, the crowd was lit, and it was highlighting the high level energy that Spring Bling was showcasing. Beach Towel Throwdown was so fun to watch. The best thing about the artists that BET were asked to perform at the Beach Towel Throwdown, it wasn't about your industry status. It wasn't about how many Grammys you had. It wasn't about how many Billboard Hot 100 songs you had or how many #1 singles you had. If you was black and if you had poppin' music, you was booked to perform on Spring Bling. Goal of the Beach Towel Throwdown was to rock the crowd, and that is exactly what they did. Now, so many musical acts performed at the Beach Towel Throwdown. Ludacris, Shawty Lo, Trick Daddy, Missy Elliott, Eminem, Busta Rhymes, 50 Cent, Ja Rule, Pretty Ricky, T.I., Ashanti, Young Jock, Christina Milian, Carrie Hilson, Freeway, Clips, Lil' Kim, Jay Holiday, Trina. I mean, the list goes on. Beach Towel Throwdown was a good ass throw down. I love watching the concert series of Spring Bling. Some of the notable performances I wanted to highlight. I remember when Akon was performing, and every time he would perform a line in the song, he would drop into the crowd and crowd surf. Literally, he crowd surfed like a good 3 or 4 times during his performance, back to back to back. I remember one year, 2003 or 2004, they invited Naughty by Nature. Naughty by Nature are 90s artists. So they didn't come on that stage to perform new music. They came on that stage to perform their classes, and the crowd with it heavily. They did OPP and they did Hip Hop Parade, and it was so damn lit. Speaking of 2003, we gotta highlight Lil Jon and the East Side Boys and the Yin Yang Twins. They performed Get Low, and while they was performing, a whole bunch of girls came on stage and they was twerking their ass off. Also, I want to give a shout out to all the female rappers that used to perform. It was just so beautiful to watch a female rapper get on stage in a nice looking beach outfit, wearing high heels, and they are rocking the crowd. The stage presence was there, the energy was there, but we were so captivated by their glam and how beautiful and glowing they would look on stage. I loved when the female rappers came on stage to perform their music because they looked good and they sounded good. Next up, I had to highlight Lil Wayne because I feel like Lil Wayne is the one artist that has had the most appearances on Spring Bling. Lil Wayne used to perform heavily on the Spring Bling show, and this is how he has such a crazy run in the 2006 to the 2008 period, because he would show up and show out and perform his music, okay? It wasn't just about showing the music videos on 106 & Park or on Rap City The Basement. No, Lil Wayne showed up and showed out, and he proved to the world time and time again why he was considered to be one of the best rappers of all time. And then lastly, I wanted to highlight the 2010 Spring Bling programs. Still in the realm of the Beach Towel Throwdown concert series, but in this particular year, they decided to highlight 3 of the most popular artists of that year. It was Chris Brown, it was Trey Songz, and it was Nicki Minaj. Trey Songz, his special was called Ready for Trey, and this was to help promote his 3rd studio album, Ready. And basically, Trey Songz, he had a whole 30-minute time slot where he got on stage and performed his music from the album Ready. Then we had Chris Brown. He was like the main headliner of the Beach Towel Throwdown. I remember when they were doing the promotions of the Beach Towel Throwdown from that specific year, they will always center the promotional material around Chris Brown because they wanted to make it seem like Chris Brown, this was his special. Yes, other artists performed before Chris Brown, but Chris Brown had the most amount of time on the Spring Bling stage. And in 2010, this was the Graffiti album. Chris Brown performed a medley of songs from that album. album, including Drop It Low and I Can Transform You. Then we had I Am Nicki Minaj. This was kind of like a docu-series centered around, obviously, Nicki Minaj.
Welcome back. I am me. And listen, I'm ready to shut down the stage. BT Spring Bling 2010. Blah, 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 blah.
Now, as I said, this took place in 2010, so this was way before her debut album, Pink Friday. She only had the Beat Me Up Scotty mixtape out at the time. Also, she had her collections of features. My Chick Bad with Ludacris and Little Freak with Usher and Roger Dat with YMCMB. I mean, Nicki Minaj, her feature one was crazy. Oh, I can't forget about 5 Star Chick with Yo Gotti. Now, in this program, cameras follow Nicki Minaj running errands, doing radio promo, performing at a popular Miami nightclub, and preparing for her Spring Bling performance, doing things like sound check and confirming the set list. And then at the end of the program, they would show Nicki Minaj's Spring Bling performance. 2010 was the last notable year for Spring Bling. BET decided to go into a direction where they got rid of all of their music programs, which I think was absolutely stupid. The main reason why BET was established was to promote black music because MTV was not promoting our black artists like they should have. So that's why BET was established. So I don't understand why they decided to get rid of all of the music-based programming like Rap City, like Cedar's World, like the BET.com countdown show that I was talking about earlier, like Spring Bling, and eventually 106 in Park. Now I can understand if the programming at BET evolved into something spectacular, but all it did was just evolve into bull. If you turn on BET now, all you're going to see is Tyler Perry programming, you're going to see Baby Boy, and you're going to see Martin reruns all day long. It's like, as of right now, the only main reason that you would tune in to BET as a network is to watch the BET Awards. That's literally it. To me, it's really pathetic because as I was doing research from this video, y'all, Spring Bling doesn't even have a Wikipedia page. Then I went on the BET actual website and I could not find anything. I had to find press releases written from magazine publications through Google. If you go on the BET website, you can't find anything about Spring Bling. And it's upsetting because Spring Bling represented unapologetic black culture. It's so sad. And even if you search the hashtag Spring Bling on like TikTok or Instagram or any of the social media sites, all you're going to see is a bunch of white people showcasing jewelry. And it's like, wow, BET, y'all really allow white people to appropriate the whole Spring Bling title. That was ours. That was ours. And now it's just ceased to exist. I can only imagine how big Spring Bling would be to this day and how it would adjust to the whole social media era. Now, of course, we got festivals like Rollin' Loud Miami and the Dreamville Festival and the Hot 97 Summer Jam, but those are just concerts. Now, those are just big ass concerts where all artists will go and perform their music. But Spring Bling was more than just a concert. Like I said, they had the car shows, they had the talent competition shows, the dance shows, the step shows, they had the runway shows. It was music, but also it was a black culture personified. We cannot allow the memory of BET Spring Bling to be forgotten because it was so important. But that is it for the end of this video. Long live BET Spring Bling. Again, a lot of us millennials, we missed out. We missed out, and it's so tragic. What I did, I created a playlist of all the performances of Spring Bling that I can find so you guys can watch and enjoy and see what you guys missed out of. Playlist link will be in the description box below. I appreciate you guys for making it all the way to the end of this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and keep up with me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. The links are in the description box below, and I will see you on the next episode.